Hey guys, it's Joel here, aka Gallucks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am very excited about today's video. It is in collaboration or sponsored by British GQ. They've been working on a series of films with River Island. The films are called Making a Scene, and they explore key trends in British culture and see how they've evolved or where they've come from. And the video that I've been really interested in and that inspired me to make this video is called The Lad. I will leave a link in the description below, so you should definitely check it out because it's really interesting. I think sportswear has always been around, but now it's considered high fashion. You know, you can have a luxe tracksuit or this like velour hoodie that I'm wearing right now. And it's just kind of going into the depths of that as where it's come from in terms of like music, sporting events and stuff like that. And then to how it is now. So I thought that I would go through my style evolution. Pictures from when I was younger, in the MySpace days, college, university, up until now. I think it's gonna be very embarrassing for me, hopefully interesting for you. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do these videos. I've watched like my friend Sophie in the Milk Club, her video is awesome. I've watched like Helen Anderson, stuff like that, and I just think they're so funny. I love watching these kind of videos, so I hope that you enjoy watching this one as well. So let's get into the video. The earliest picture that I can find of myself, and it is me, I don't know how old I am, I must be like 7 or 8 or something. I used to have complete shaved head all the time, and I clearly have no eyebrows when I was younger. But I'm also wearing an Alessi sweater, which I think is pretty laddish of myself for that age, but obviously I had no idea what I was doing. My mum was buying all my clothes then. And then obviously, like, as I was growing up, pictures didn't really start to get taken of my outfits or general style up until kind of the end of school, start of college. It was very much because of MySpace that pictures were even being taken. I'm pretty sure when they made MySpace they didn't expect it to become the hub of a subculture like emo and scene and stuff like that. I'll start off with my MySpace pictures. So I started off listening to like Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco. I'm wearing some like neon new rave green hoodie here that I got from Affleck's Palace in Manchester. This is me in the car. I think my mum was like getting a parking thing and I was like taking a selfie. I don't even know what camera I used then. I don't know if my phone even had a camera on it then. Here's me in my bathroom. When I was at school, I had this like Perspex diamond necklace which I thought was amazing. It was like £6. And this was kind of getting to the pinnacle. This was very sportswear, to be honest. I was wearing a Puma track jacket that I got from TK Maxx. In America you might call it TJ Maxx. I was also wearing a New Era cap and my fringe was blonde. I think this was hilarious and I thought I was so cool at the time. My MySpace name was Gallucks as well, so it just carried on all the way through. And this was kind of bridging the gap away from MySpace, more into, even though I have a fake septum piercing in, an Abercrombie t-shirt, an Abercrombie hoodie. I'd been to Florida and I went into Abercrombie and thought it was the most amazing thing in the world. I've always kind of been obsessed with America. This was very much what American scene kids were wearing, like a tight Abercrombie t-shirt with like spiky hair and like dyed hair, so I thought that was really cool, so I got inspired and did kind of a similar thing. Then I started college and I got very inspired by like fashion magazines and fashion blogs and stuff. I used to read like Kate Loved Me, Susie Bubble and stuff like that. So I started like getting my mates who were into photography to kind of take pictures of my outfits and stuff that I'd find in like H&M women's section or like order from Korean clothing stores online, which I still do. This is one of them. This was when I was in college. I actually entered this picture into a Vice magazine competition to win £1,000 for styling, and I got into the final. I went to a competition in London, but I didn't win. But it was still cool to like be in the final of the competition. Yeah, I had this sheer shirt. I look a bit like Boy George there. This was like going out with friends. I actually made this studded vest. It was from Urban Outfitters and I put studs on it and had a Galaxy t-shirt. And then I found Lookbook. So this is when it really started to get like documenting my own style. So it gets a bit clearer from now on. So this was like a duffel coat with Dr. Martens. I love Dr. Martens. I still have one really trusty pair of Dr. Martens and you'll see when we get to the future. And then I went to uni and I dyed my hair. University is the time where I kind of like change the most. I think everyone does that goes to university because it's just time to like experiment, have fun. So I think the thing that I wore the most at uni were these Doc Martens. They're not real, they were from a Korean website as well, but they were studded. Because I had this blonde hair, I went through this phase of dyeing it loads of different colours as well. There's a blog post from my blog called Bleach Her and it showcases all the different pastel shades of hair that I had. I was obsessed with Boy London. Everyone I knew really wanted boy tops, like, and it wasn't even like legit, it was just off eBay because it just said boy on it. I have all these like webcam gifs from my blog at the time. I didn't have a proper camera, so I just used to use photo booth. It was very much like Tumblr. I had this Versace wore fake Versace t-shirt. Creepers, like double sole creeper boots were my favourite thing, and my foxtail. Everyone at uni and college used to hate my foxtail. They said that I'd like killed a ferret and put it on my bag. I thought they were amazing, I still like them. I think at the time, men's fashion in the shops, like in Top Man and New Look, it was crap. It was so bad. So I had to go to women's wear to discover like different shapes, different cuts, different prints, things that were exciting. Like that harness from ASOS was from the women's. Because menswear just wasn't pushing any boundaries at all in terms of like, this was like 5-6 years ago, and it was just so dead, it was so boring there. And now, contrast is so different, and sportswear has definitely played a massive role in that as well. And that goes on to like, nearer to the end of uni, I definitely got even more experimental with my style. I was so into K-pop, well, I still love K-pop. 2NE1, Big Bang, stuff like that. So that fed my Jeremy Scott addiction, and you can see me here wearing Bartman sweater with Jeremy Scott Adidas track pants. And then the next set of looks is when I started documenting more for my blog. Nearer toward the end of uni, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna start blogging more. Here is me in my Givenchy sweater. I used to wear a backwards baseball cap, really skinny jeans, still love super skinny jeans. Here I am in a full printed two-piece thing. Very Tumblr, like all over digital print kind of thing. And I also found this Burberry shirt in like a vintage shop. It's not real Burberry, it was like £10, but I used to layer that underneath things. And this was very like, I was very inspired by like Givenchy lookbooks and stuff like that, standing very straight on. And then after university, I was working as an assistant stylist at the time. I don't know how long you've watched my channel for, but I was working for a stylist called Ricky Finley. She's a really good friend. She took me on jobs like the X Factor, so I was assisting on there. And I was so sick of like clothes and prints and stuff like that I myself just wanted to wear black and white. So I made a conscious decision to really clean out my wardrobe and just buy minimal black and white pieces that I knew I could wear anytime, any day, to any event. These Illuminate sneakers I had like just over 2 years ago, kind of before Topshop or before anywhere had them, and this went viral on Tumblr. This is what got me a lot of traffic as well to my Instagram and stuff like that. And I started playing with things like proportions, like aprons. It sounds weird, but like skirts and aprons, stuff like that. Still very like Givenchy inspired. And then I got this beret, military inspired. And there's my Docs. These are the grass boots that I still wear today, and I love them so much. Started wearing like oversized kimonos because now places like ASOS are stocking more contemporary menswear. And that kind of brings us to present day. So when I took my blog full time at the start of this year, I started experimenting a bit more with like earth tones and stuff like that are very much in trend, and even more oversized silhouettes. So kind of just going to extremes with everything, just for like my personal enjoyment, because you know, this is my job, so I want to have as much fun with it as I can. And things like souvenir jacket. When I started using Instagram properly like 2-3 years ago, it really broadened the amount of like style influence that you see and you get. And I kind of started finding brands like ADYN, Represent Clothing, more luxe streetwear brands, not like your Supreme or anything like that, because that's just not me. As that kind of progressed, I found more styles kind of like Fear of God, Nid de Gap and stuff like that, and just really fell in love with the oversized kind of silhouettes, flannel shirts, distressed jeans, stuff like that. It's just been a gradual evolution, but I still wear things that I've worn like years ago, like Doc Martens, skinny jeans. So yeah, I think it's interesting. I'd love to know what your favourite era of mine was, if there's any things that made you laugh. Definitely don't forget to check out the Lad film from GQ. There is a link in the description below. If you did like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks guys, bye!